Welcome back, guys. Today we are attempting longest palindromic substring. This is the fifth problem in lead code, and this is a very popular question. If you ever go and check the frequently asked question of Google and Amazon, then this question it always tops the chart. Okay, so today we are attempting this. Firstly, I'll just give you a brief about this question, like what's it asking, and after that, we'll discuss some approaches. Okay, so let's in this basically they'll give us a string, and our task is to return the longest palindromic substring. So if they give us a string that is a palindrome itself, like if they give us a string like this maybe, then this is a palindrome, right? So we are just supposed to return this string. If they give us a string like this ABCD, then here the longest palindrome that we can encounter are the characters itself. So A, B, C, D, these are the palindromes. And if we encounter multiple palindromes of the same length, then we are supposed to return the first occurrence of that particular length. So we'll just return A as an answer. Okay, then maybe if they give us a string like this BABAD, that is the first example, then here the longest palindrome substring that we'll encounter is BAB and ABA. So the length is of both of them is 3, so we'll just return BAB as our answer. Okay, now let's talk about the approaches. So the first approach that might come to your mind is like brute force. So basically what we can do is we can form all the possible substrings, and after that we can check that is that a palindrome or not, and whichever one of them has a maximum length we can just return that as the answer, right? So that is a brute force approach, but the complexity of this approach will be order n cube, and that is not really good, so we'll just avoid that. Okay, and after that we can use dynamic programming. So, well, yeah, a string is basically form of many substrings. So it can be looked as like a problem, subproblem. So that is the most classic definition of DP. And yes, we can use DP for this problem also. But the issue with DP is the complexity that will reduce drastically, but only time complexity. The time complexity will be order n square, but the space complexity it will also be like order n square. So it's not very space optimized. That is why we'll just avoid DP. Now, what approach will we use? Well, this is a very simple approach if you think about this. Suppose I give you a question, I give you a string and I ask you to check that is it a palindrome or not. Okay, I just give you a string and I ask you to check that is it a palindrome or not. Then what do? Some will simply take that string and reverse it, and then they'll compare it if is it equal or not. So yeah, that is something that you can do definitely. But some other people, what might they do? They come to the between, and after that they go to the left and they go to the right, uh, periodically sequentially, and they keep comparing their characters, that are they equal, and if they are equal then it's all good and all. If it is not, then you just return false, which means that it is not a palindrome, right? So basically that is the approach that I'll be using for this question. Suppose this is my string BABAD, and I'll just do that same thing but for each character here. Okay, I'll start from the first character and you know uh, I'll just move to the left and the right side one by one, rather at the same time, and I'll check that are their characters equal. If it's equal, then it's all good. You can expand a little bit more, and if they are not, then just stop right there. Okay, so I come to B and I go to the right side, it's A, and I go to the left side, well, it's out of bound, so I'll just stop there. Okay, then I iterate one step forward, I come to A. Okay, and I go to the left side, it's B. I go to the right side, it's B also. Then their values is equal, so yeah, increase the length, we get a BB, and that's great. So we try to expand a little bit more. The right pointer will come to this side and the left pointer will go to this side, but that is out of bound, right? So we just stop there. Great. Now we have a string. By the way, how will I store my substring? Yes, I can definitely keep calculating the substring again and again. I can just store that in a variable, but that is not very efficient. Why? Because in order to find the substring from a string, what I need to only have is two things: the start pointer and its length. Okay, so suppose I have the start pointer that it starts from the first character and its length is like 3, then yeah, I can definitely just get this particular string from my substring. So yeah, that is what I'll be just using. I won't carry the string because that will just put a it will just increase my space complexity, right? Because the length can go to like 1,000, and I don't want to carry multiple 1,000 strings for all my 1,000 iterations. That's not good. Okay, so yeah, and then I come to this character B. Okay, and I go to the left side and I go to the right side, I compare the values and they are equal, right? So I expand a little bit more, I come to B and I come to D. Now their lengths are not, now their characters are not, they don't match, right? So what I need to do is I need to find where my left and my right pointer of that substring ended. So currently my left will be here and my right will be here, right? So I need to I need to increase my left, so I come back here and I need to decrease my right, so I come back here. I hope you're getting it. Why? Because I have expanded it a little bit more, so that's where my substring, it's not a palindrome, right? I need to come back. So that is why I was initially here, my left was here, my right was here, but they did not match. So I need to just shrink it a little bit by one step. So my left will come back here. I just increase the left by one and increase my right by one. I'll decrease my right by one. Okay, so I'll just come back to the original string. Okay, now what problems can we encounter in this? Well, for this we have to distribute that. Are we checking for an odd length palindrome or for an even length palindrome? Why does it matter? You might be thinking. That is because both of these are a palindrome, right? ABA and ABBA, both of them are palindrome. But if you are checking for odd length palindrome, then you don't need to consider the center character, right? Because it does not matter. It may be A, it may be X, it may be Z, whatever it may be. It does not matter. It's a center character. But for the even length palindrome string, the center character, it really does matter, right? Because you need to compare for you need to keep that in check, right? So that is what I'll do. I'll just separate them for both odd and even, and for odd I won't consider center character, and for even I will consider center character. So yeah, that is all that I need to do, and rest is just the coding part. So let's just start with it. Just give me a second. Yeah, so the first thing that I need to have is my length. This will store the length of my substring, and initial, let me just call it, yeah, initial seems fine. So initial, which means that from where the substring is starting, initial is 0. Well, the first character is always a substring, right? So that is what it's pointing to. Initial 0, length 1. Great, the first character we are done. By the way, let me just check that if this string, if it is like a palindrome itself, if that is the case, then just return the string. There's no need to go for the further operations. Okay, so now let's start with our main logic. For I in, let me have the length of s, I'll just store it in n. Okay, so n equals to l len of s. Now let's start the iteration. So I need to consider both the cases, so I'll just check for odd and for even. The only thing that will change is their starting point. Okay, for odd I don't need to consider the center character, but for even I do. So how do you think of that? So start means basically from where my substring is starting, and end means from till where my substring is ending. I am not checking for I itself because this is a odd length all odd length palindrome. Okay, so I'm not checking for like the center character, but I'm checking for both the start and for the end, basically for the left and for the right. Okay, so you can think it of like that as I'm just starting from the center of a string and I'm just expanding to both the left and right side, and I'm comparing that, are they equal, and if they are not equal I just stop there. Okay, simple enough. Now let's start. While start is greater than equal to 0 and end is less than n, this is like my bound checking condition that I'm in the bound of the string, right? And s of start should be equal to s of end. Otherwise there's no point, the character should match, right? If that is the case, if yeah, I'm in the bound and my characters match, then decrease the value of start by 1 and increase the value of end by 1. Okay, and once it stop, what I mean by that is once the characters stop matching, so I need to come back, I need to come shrink the length of my substring by 1, because that's where they don't match. So I'll increase the value of start by 1 and I'll decrease the value of end by 1. Okay, now I need to check that is the length of my current substring, it's greater than my previous substring or not. So how do we do that? Very simple. End sorry, what am I doing? End minus start plus 1. Okay, this will give me the length of my current substring. If this is greater than my previous length that was stored in L, then make L equal to end minus start plus 1 and make my initial to start. Like that's where from my string substring is starting. Okay, and I need to do the same thing for my even also. This is the same code. Well, now I think about it, I think I should have called a function, that would have been better. But yeah, there's a difference. The start will not be I minus 1, it will be I, right? So yeah, that is the only thing that I need to do. Now I just need to return my substring. How do you do that? Very simple. I have my starting point, that is like the initial, and I have my length. I have my length of my string, so initial plus L. Yeah, so I think that this should work. Now let's try to run our code. Yeah, so it got accepted. Now let's try to submit this. Okay, it was perfect. Our code works perfectly. So this was our simple solution for longest palindromic substring without the use of any brute force or any complicated DP. So I really hope you enjoyed it, and thank you.